Hey, we are live. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Le Mans Ultimate. Tonight, we're coming to you from the legendary circuit de la Sarthe, a track that has defined endurance racing for a century. 13.5 kilometers, 13 different classes on track, hypercars. 3 different classes on track, hypercars, LMP2s, and GT3s. And they all have one goal: survive the challenge of Le Mans. Expect speed, strategy, and traffic drama in equal measure. So, let's go. I think this one is going to be special. Welcome to my co-host, Andre. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, and yourself? I've very much missed you last round.
I'm doing great as well. Yeah, I'm so sorry I couldn't make it last round. That was unfortunate, but it was my anniversary, just so everyone knows. And the wife did not want to let me get off. So totally understandable. But yeah, we're here tonight and we're going to have a great time. Look, we are 6 we are 6 minutes into qualifying. Yeah, what are we expecting? Tell us about the conditions. Tell us about what the guys are thinking while I get the overlay sorted out here.
So, Circuit de la Sarthe, what can we expect heading into this incredible race? So what we can expect is, judging from every single practice session, that it's going to be cold and that the sun is going to be on the horizon, which is going to affect visibility, especially in certain parts of the track. But I'm already seeing here, judging from a lot of these qualifying laps so far, with a lot of these people going out, that traction is a huge problem.
Yes.
And so is track limits. So people are going to have to navigate that and make sure that they get a lap in. Because the circuit is so large that essentially comes down to 2 to 3 actual laps that they can push and try put a banker lap in.
Exactly. And I think with it being so early in the morning and the track teams being cold, it's going to take them really long to get their tires warmed up. We were sitting with the guys during practice now, and none of them could put in a valid lap because the track cutting was is very strict here. The restrictions are quite strict, and they were unable to actually complete a lap. 13 kilometers of tarmac around here, so there is a lot of opportunities for you to cut the track and invalidate your lap. So with the cold tires and the morning conditions, the track will be heating up eventually, but for the first few minutes it's going to be a real struggle for these guys.
Yeah, you can say that again, because while we wait, there is no lap time officially on the board.
Yes.
Which I think now we're getting into the stage where this will be the banker lap. So we'll have to see who out of everyone in the grid manages to get a lap time down. As I'm seeing some of the hypercars, the rear is squiggling out of the corners. And they have a really high top speed. So braking is going to be an issue for them. They have to make sure that they don't run out too wide and that they don't lock up their brakes. While I'm also taking a gander at the LMP2 class with Chris hitting some pretty blistering sector times for his class. And yeah, there's just so much action on track at the moment. And Henry Mayer in the GT3 class setting one of the fastest, if not the fastest sector 1 time so far. So he has also been topping the timing sheets in the practice session.
Absolutely. With 3 minutes to go, Chris is now heading into the last sector of the lap. Let's see as he goes around here what time he will actually put in. I'm looking forward to this one. We are about halfway through the season, just past the halfway mark, and Chris Stoltz is comfortably leading the field in the LMP2s. So he's looking to extend that lead over the rest of the field with this race.
So, I want to bring quickly to attention, Johan Kleinhans went immediately back to the pits. So he must have invalidated in that second sector, which puts him on the back foot. I don't know if he has a chance. Oh, I might be wrong. He's going out. Okay, outlap. He's going through an outlap at the current moment, if I'm not mistaken.
I see that, yes.
which is, oh, he's already cutting the course, so he is trying to zoom to the end of the track, but I don't think he has enough time.
He's gonna make it. He's not gonna make it. There's no ways. The lap is way too long.
But someone else who's on an outlap is Christoph Peterson, who probably will be able to make it, as Marth sets the benchmark with a 3-minute 27.4. And yeah, that's only, oh no, that's actually quite a substantial gap from Jacques in second, about 1.4 seconds away. And now Bullion, provisional pole by 3/10.
Wow, that's brilliant. That's a great lap. So let's have a look at Muat. He's going on his next lap here. He's 1/10 down in the first sector already. He's going to be approaching that straight soon. These hypercars, they can top out at 330 kilometers per hour. I've heard the Valkyrie can get up to 340. Yeah. Going into the first chicane here, they must be going hard onto the brakes here, hoping that all of that is going to work nicely, and heading down the rest of the straight as Muat is in the Toyota. I think the priority here for this car is more the handling through the corners than the top speed, am I right?
Yeah, so with the Toyota, I've been seeing a lot of entry oversteer, so the rear has been stepping out a lot, especially for Muat Musa, where Kleinans is, his squiggliness comes from the exit, Muat's is on the entry, so these two are going to have to navigate that. But Christoph Peterson is one to watch, especially on that opening lap where slipstreaming plus the just natural capabilities of the Valkyrie are going to come in clutch for that Mulsanne straight. So I am very worried but very excited for that lap one. As we see in the LMGT3 class, Kyle, our newest entry, is on provisional pole.
He's already 3/10 down on his next lap. Yeah.
Wow, substantial amount. But Blichroad, out of nowhere, one-upping him by setting a time that is 1.1 seconds faster, as now Bullion heads to the pits and Muat continues his charge.
Yes, Muat matching his previous lap in the second sector there. Him now going down on each through the Porsche curves, I think, looks like.
Yes, that third sector as he runs wide, that was not favorable for him. He was up on his time thanks to his sector one, but now he's going to have to make all of that time back. He might be not too far off of his previous lap, but he has to make it all up in these Porsche curves. The hardest part of the circuit, in my opinion, as he throws it in that right-hander, making sure it sticks left-hander, getting as close to the wall. No, he plays it safe. To the edge of the track, making sure he doesn't dip it onto the grass. A little bit of a squiggle. The aerodynamics just weren't there. Flick it to the right, to the left, making sure that he doesn't exceed track limits, trying to make sure that he takes all of the available curbs so that he can have a good turn in, slowing down.
Okay, now let's see how he does onto the final stretch.
Yeah, and that is make or break, because it's one of the hardest chicanes on the circuit. Does he improve? No, he does not. Now Bullion is looking really good at the moment. Let's check Jacques, though. Where is he? He's also finished his lap. This is looking really good for now Bullion. And Lee Bullion also done with his lap. Christoph Peterson is the only hypercar left out on track as he's trying to complete his third sector, but his second sector is not looking good.
Yeah, let's watch him as he goes into that third sector. Oh, the Valkyrie sounds amazing. I know I say it every race. But wow. What a car.
What a car.
So we got Blichroad in P1 in the LMGT3s there, Oosthuizen in second and Bauer in third. And then Stoltz in first place with a 4-second gap in the LMP2 over Neville.
Insane.
As we watch Peterson going through into the last sector now, finishing up his lap. Let's see what he does as he crosses the line.
sorry to break away the attention, but it seems like Chris Stoltz has basically got pole in the bag and is followed by Jude Neville and then Henko van den Berg. So Chris is showing his dominance again. But as we see Peterson finish the lap, where can he put that Aston Martin? P4 in front of Lee Bullion. So that is pole position for now Bullion in spectacular fashion. And a big upset from Johan Kleinholz, or a very big upset for him, because he is at the back of his class.
Absolutely, yeah. So that is our starting order, boys. Oh, that was insane. Brilliant. That was brilliant. Let's have a look at the session results here. We got now Bullion in first place in the Hypercars, then Moat Musa in second, Jacques van Meulen in third, Christoph Peterson in fourth, Lee Bullion in fifth. Then in the LMP2s, we got Chris Stoltz in first, Jude Neville in second, sorry Jude, in third, and Neil Greening in fourth place. I don't think Rob and Ari have set a lap here, so they're all the way in the pits. And then we got Kyle Oosthuizen in leading the GT3s for the first time.
Great result, yeah.
A new entry with a 4-1, leading the pack there by 3/10, and then Johan Blugnut in second, Alan Patterson in third, Jody Siedemann in fourth, David van Wyk in fifth. Our biggest field here, the GT3s. Fleming Bauer in sixth, Ulrich de Jager in seventh, Willie Lagrange in eighth, Richard van Heerde in ninth, JD Geldenhuys in 10th, Grant Lecure in 11th, and then Henry and Gabriel did not set any laps.
Wow, woo! Especially from Henry. That is interesting because he was setting those charts alight in the practice sessions. So it is a really big shock that he has not been able to put a lap down. And now we are waiting to see the strategies from each of the classes as they line up on the grid. And I've been hearing a lot of talks about maybe the hypercar drivers going on softs and then changing to mediums. But there's been others that have been wanting the mediums and then just seeing how long they can last. So there's a lot of it's up in the air, and we don't really know what's the best strategy.
Yeah, it's gonna be tricky. Also, the traffic management is gonna be a thing. Yeah, I know that. We've had problems with that in the past. The GT3s have really been struggling here to keep their place and ensure that they keep clean lines to make sure that the hypercars and the LMP2s can pass them safely. That traffic management is going to be a tough one. And then the opening lap is going to be all about survival. It's a long race, but you can throw it away in just one corner. That first Dunlop chicane is going to be tricky, and then going through that curve in the beginning, they're going to have to manage that traffic. So it's going to be interesting. So let's have a look at the start here. We're going to get going shortly. We got 5 seconds before the warm-up lap.
Oof, and I am waiting eagerly in anticipation because that first corner, a lot of people that second corner, a lot of people tend to brake way too late, or there's just a massive traffic jam and we see a lot of commotion. But on that Mulsanne straight, we are going to see which cars have the greatest strength. I am expecting Peterson to at least be top 3 by the end of that straight. It's a very big prediction, but judging from the Aston Martin's top speed, it is possible. I feel like Chris Stoltz might just run away again with the lead, but he has an eager Jude Neville alongside him. And if Kyle in the LMGT3 class can keep it going onto that straight, well, actually, he needs to fend off on that straight because the straight is not the Corvette's strong suit. And especially as there is a BMW, another BMW, and an Aston Martin eagerly awaiting behind him with insane top speed. So he's going to have to watch his mirrors.
Exactly. Multi-class racing is all about respect. Hypercars need patience, GT3s need consistency, and those LMP2s are right in the middle of the chaos. So things are going to get very interesting in this race. Let's see how these guys go around this 13-kilometer track at the ultimate test of endurance, the Le Mans track. Let's see how it goes.
I'm eagerly awaiting, and everyone in the chat right now is hyped. They are waiting to see how this epic race is going to unfold, with people supporting Kyle, supporting David, Johan, and Willie, and someone saying horn dog. So we are seeing a lot of support in our virtual grandstands at the moment, as we see the cars heading towards that start finish straight.
Yes. The first one going through the Ford chicane, they're heading towards the start. And we are racing at Le Mans. The Hypercars launched down the start finish straight. Charging down the downlap curve. Let's go. LMP2 is behind them.
Clayton's had a really good start, but Lee Bullion with a drive-through, as we see now Bullion and Moath Musa heading down the first straight, and Clayton's is already, there's a big spin in the background. Christoph Peterson is involved, and one of the LMP2s as well, as we see another LMP2 in the background spinning, but now Bullion and Moath Musa gunning it out, and Clayton's had a crazy start. Kyle shifted down to second place, but he's going side by side with Blicknote, heading towards that Mulsanne straight. It is chaos at the moment, but everyone seems to somewhat behave apart from that incident. But Moath is gunning it for the lead in the hypercar class, side by side with now Bullion down the inside. Clayton's does not have that much legs on the straight, as we see also Christoph making it back up to
this is the first big overtaking spot on the track. The first chicane. Let's go. Let's see. Okay. Moath was not able to get through.
But was really good on the brakes by now there as well.
Yeah, they got the second stretch here. There's a lot of draft coming down the second part of the Mulsanne straight, getting into the second chicane. This is going to be a second overtaking chance here for Moath. He needs to use the curb aggressively. Let's see if he can get this move done here. These guys will hit 330 kilometers per hour down the straight. Is he going to make the move? No, he tucks in and just stays behind. Now, let's see how the rest of the field is doing. Henko van der Berg has taken the lead in the LMP2s with Neil Greening right behind him. Yeah, he had a big accident in the beginning of the race. I did cut to it in the start there, so he's trying to make his way through all of the GT3s with Johan Blicknote leading the field, having taken the lead away from Kyle Oosthuizen. I'm sure Kyle will want to take that back shortly.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we saw Moath Musa was trying to make a move down the straight once again, but he's trying once again, leading into one of the most dangerous parts of the track, as we see this 4-car scrap for the lead. Moath is opting for the outside, while now Bullion is on the inside, which might be the more preferable line heading into this fast right-hander. And there we go, now Bullion once again safe from Moath's ominous presence, as we see Jacques trying to make a move on Johan Kleinans in the background, and we are still green, so everything is still all right with the classes apart from that first chicane incident. But everyone seems to be behaving, but Carl is slowly trying to get that first place back in the LMGT3 class, as Sielaman goes down the inside and taps Kyle, but he straightens him out, and Kyle loses a lot of places in that one move.
Oh my word. I'm trying to find it on track. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, it was just down in that dangerous section that we are seeing the hypercars try fight through earlier. But Moath, if we go back to Moath is trying to fight back into the Ford chicane, but just doesn't have enough oomph. But Niall is really fighting for his life right now.
Yes.
It's quite intense on his end.
Yeah, I mean, the start finish is a short straight, but there's definitely opportunities going into this Dunlop chicane here through the Dunlop curve. Let's see how Moath goes here. Not really going to take a chance. He's not doing that. Oh, no! The goes off! What? The tires are cold! He couldn't control it!
That was a rear lock from Kleinans, and he was making such good ground as Moath took the lead from Niall Bullion, but I don't think Niall Bullion is going to accept that. He's going to have another chance down the Mulsanne straight. There is so much happening in the hypercar class for the lead.
Yeah, this is turning out to be an epic race. These guys, their tires are really cold, and this Maltine straight, the first stretch is really about getting that slipstream and trying to tuck in behind the guy so you can get to that first chicane and take a chance. But it does not look like Muath is going to be under threat from now into that first chicane. So let's see if they go down the second stretch here. If they're going to be able to do something. Niall is a bit too far behind him, about a second behind, so I don't think that's going to be possible right now. So let's have a look at Henko here. He's leading the LMP2s with Ari Venter in second place. He has gained many places. What a start by Ari. Well done to him. He is only 1.3 seconds, 1.2 seconds now behind Henko, with Chris Stolt now having made up many places trying to catch up with the guys. He is now 8 seconds behind Ari, and he will be catching him very fast. Let's look at that delta on the 1v1 battle between the two of them there. Chris is currently 2/10 faster than Rob, so he's going to be catching up to Rob very quickly.
Yeah, that's very fast. No doubt about it. Maybe even before the pit stops, we'll see Chris become a even bigger menace to P1 and P2. But we have seen before, Henko is not afraid to get his elbows wide and to really make the most out of an unfavorable strategy. But yeah, there's just battles all around for the lead, as we also see Johan Blichnoot and Jody Siereman with less than a second. But there is big controversy in this class, as we see still Kyle trying to push forward given all of the circumstances that has happened to him. But it's a very close class at the moment, with especially Alan Patterson being able to run so closely given the class change from LMP2 to GT3.
Yeah, he's doing really well in... is he in third place there? That is really good. And he's in the BMW, my favorite car currently. But yeah, these GT3s, they're going to have the prototypes arriving on them very fast, especially into those Porsche curves. And they really have to hold their line and trust that the Hypercars will pick their way through and get past all of them. Look at this trade. This is a trade.
Incredible.
This is a draft trade. These guys are all trying to catch a slipstream from each other down the straight here. What? This is the first time I've seen this in this game. This is epic. What a beautiful scene on Le Mans.
All aboard Express. It is, wow. We're going to see it though get very much broken up when the prototypes start to make their way through. So they're going to have to take that into consideration. And again, we are seeing in the hypercar class, Wath Musa, now Bullion, it is not really left like maybe 1.5. It's been within that gap. I do think though, judging from now Bullion, he is managing to stay close due to his straight line speed. So we'll have to see. He kind of just limps around the corners, but when he gets onto the straights, that's where he comes.
Something's wrong with Ari. Something's wrong with Ari.
Oh, did Ari jump down the list? Yeah, something's wrong. I think he's on the grass. Yeah, he's on the grass. So something big has happened. He has no rear wing. That might be his race over. He has to get that fixed ASAP.
Yeah, something. He must have hit the wall, or something must have happened. Let's hope he can get back to the pit safely.
Yeah, and especially at the Porsche curves, I would not be surprised if something big happened. Yeah, it was a big snap. And that's such a shame. He was running P2 for quite a substantial amount of time. Oh, that's a victim. As we also see Jude Neville. Something also happened to Jude Neville, who's in the pits at the current moment. Niall Greening as well, going into the pits. So the LMP2 class is having a disastrous time. But not for Chris. Chris is getting closer and closer. And now that P2 is out of the way, Chris can focus on the top step.
Yeah, we kind of missed the DNF there as well. Richard van Heerde has DNF'd. No. Yeah, we've now got Ari Venter that's hopefully heading into the pits here. He's trying to make it around the track. I hope he gets there safely. Neil Greening in the pits, Jude Neville in the pits. I hope these guys are getting the cars repaired and back onto the track. That is really scary. I knew that the conditions were going to be tough and that the track is going to be cold, but they must be swearing at us right now for setting these cold conditions. I love it. It's entertainment for me, so That's my motivation. Maybe I'm. I think it makes for great racing as we watch Henry Meyer here going on Jody Siedemann down the straight.
Oh, they make contact. So something also happened to Siedemann because he was running P2, but Meyer is making a charge and a half, making up for that terrible qualifying. And I think something also happened to Kyle, because Kyle is really down the order in his class. He's P12 after being in contention for the lead, as we see Siedemann and Bauer back at it again. It's a done deal because that Aston is just way too fast in a straight line for him.
Okay, so they're going into the second chicane and you will most likely take it in.
Yeah. Ooh,
hey,
but
heavy braking zone, is he going to get it?
Contact, wow. But Meyer makes it once again. But Siedemann has another opportunity with the straight line speed of his. But it's clear that Meyer's way better on the brakes. But this GT3 class is on fire at the moment.
Absolutely. This is our closest race at the moment. In the GT3s, there's another race between Alan Patterson and Fleming Bauer. But that gap is a bit bigger, almost a second there. So I really want to keep an eye on this fight between Meyer and Siedemann, because with the McLaren, it's got that higher downforce, so it's quick through the corners, but we know that Aston's got the top speed, so he's going to catch that slipstream going down the straight here, and he's 100% going to take a look to see what he can do here on Henry.
I also want to just quickly draw attention to the fact that Lee Bouillon, I think, is serving his drive-through now. So he's in the pits. We'll see where that places him. A disastrous start for him, unfortunately. But yeah, it seems like most of the action is in GT3s. However, the fight for the lead in the LMP2s is brewing, as it's a 6/10 gap between Chris Stoltz and Henko van den Berg.
Right here we go seeing Vapour and Willy Lagrange battling it out in the GT3s. This is
a bit of a squiggle from Willy there, but Vapour charging ahead because he has the Mustang with a crazy straight line speed. But you can see this damage on the front of his car, so something must have happened to him maybe at the start of the race, but they're going side by side. I think Vapour is going to make it ahead, and he does.
Oh, what a pass. The straight line speed on that car is insane. Well done to Vapour, man, even with the damage, getting the job done there. Right, there is a chase happening here. Chris Stoltz wants his lead back, boys, and he is now 4/10 of a second behind Henko van den Berg. He has brought him back, and he is coming. He is charging for Henko down the straight. Is he going to get him? He is definitely going to look.
Insane. Look at how effective that straight line speed is in that in the slipstream. But Henko manages to stay ahead. But we'll see how his exit speed is as we see Chris kick out a little bit, but there is a wrench icon on Henko's car, so maybe he has to pit soon, and that will be disastrous because he needs to stay out for as long as he can. And there's just battles all around. Even the Olymp GT3 class, there's also battles happening, but Chris Stoltz is having another go. 4/10, but it's not enough into the second chicane on the Mulsanne straight. Can Henko have a good exit? I feel like Henko's just been having good enough exits that don't allow Chris Stoltz to abuse that slipstream.
Yeah, it looks like Henko is pulling it together now. He's realized Chris is on the charge, and he's pulling away a bit now. He's got 9/10 between the two of them, and so I think through this last sector into the first part of the track, he should be okay. I'm just looking up and down the order here. There are battles happening in the GT3 class as well. Everyone is chasing down Alan Patterson, Fleming Bauer, and Henry Meyer. Teammates now fighting it out on track here in the McLarens.
Oh, you wouldn't have expected it to happen this early, but Henry Meyer is an eager beaver. You can see that there's some damage at the front of his car, so that might actually worsen that straight line speed. But even so, he is shy of a podium spot, and he is just closing in on his teammate, who is trying to close in on Alan Patterson from PWSR. But yeah, this is a very tight battle, and this is just allowing Blichnote to sort of just run away with the lead at the moment, because they are all too busy tussling against one another and getting caught up in that dirty air.
Yeah, surely as teammates they should be working together, trying to pull each other along to try and then catch up with Alan, so that they can pass him eventually, right? That feels like a better strategy than to tussle and try and lose that gap, you know? Or,
yeah, I agree.
Or maybe Henry feels like he's faster and he can catch up to Alan quicker. So maybe that's what they say to each other in comms. We don't know what's happening in the background there. Let's see. There's a yellow flag on track.
Where's that? I'm looking all over, but I can't see anything.
I just want to keep an eye on this battle because this is epic. Are these guys gonna fight each other? Are they? It looks like they're gonna fight each other. What are they gonna do?
No, it's just too scary of a corner, especially in the McLaren. With the front engine cars, it's a bit more stable, but with these rear, there's into the gravel. Henry dips his tires into, but no harm, no foul there. But these rear engine cars, or these mid-engine cars, they're a bit more squiggly on that high-speed corners. But these two, they need to make a decision now. They need to accept that either one of them is faster and that they need to work together, or just play on and just enjoy the thrill of racing. But it is harming their race, and they need to get closer to the lead because they do have race-winning pace, especially Henry Mayer.
Absolutely, absolutely. I want to sprinkle in some fun facts here for the audience. Fun fact, Le Mans has run since 1923, making it the oldest endurance race that we have currently. That's a little fun fact there. I've got a few of those prepared for our race.
Chris, sorry.
Oh, my
sorry, go to Chris. There is a battle for the lead. But yes, this track is showing that it has such a legendary status for a very good reason. And I really want to hear more of those fun facts, because we can clearly see that it's just a really unique track with so many long straights and just a crazy distance. It has evolved so much since its inception in the 1920s. But right here in the year 2025, we are seeing an incredible battle for the lead in the LMP2 class. But Henko is just managing to keep ahead astonishingly, because he is just getting that crazy exit speed as Chris is getting frustrated and just trying to keep into that slipstream. That's his only chance to get the lead.
Yeah, this is kind of reminding me of Ford versus Ferrari 1966. An epic battle where Ford came and took on the big dog and said, hey, I'm here. So that's how I feel for Henko at the moment. He's saying, I know you the class leader, I know you the big dog around here, but I can also race. I'm gonna show you I'm Ford today. I can also race and show how good I am. So let's see how he handles the pressure here from Crystals.
Truly, but I want to bring attention to the LMGT3 class as Alan Patterson takes the lead somehow. Something has happened to Johan Blichnote, who is now in 6th position, so he might have had a big spin, but yeah.
He had a spin earlier as we cut back to the to the LMP2s. As we cut, he had an accident. So then Alan and Fleming and Henry went through.
The Hypercars are starting to pit though.
Yeah, and there's another big battle here happening between the two teammates. It's orange. So is that a sign?
Side by
and
side.
It's McLaren's. Sound familiar?
As we see, Bauer tries to look down the inside, but no, I think Henry Mayer manages to establish that position. So Jacques in the pits, now in the pits, Christoph leaving, or no, in the pits as well. So there's a bunch of people going into the pits, including Gabriel dos Santos. So let's also just catch up with who's DNF'd. So Jude Neville's DNF'd, and Richard van der Heerve has also DNF'd. But now Bullion is on his way out. So we'll see if the undercut is strong around here, as we see Moaz Musa still out on track, and including Jihan Kleinans and Lee Bullion. So that's an interesting turn of events that they've pitted this early into the race.
Yeah, I just saw latency issues there for Henry Mayer, so I'm just cutting to him to make sure that everything is okay there. There is a yellow flag on the track. We got Christoph in the box. We got Henko coming into the pits now. And Chris is still out on track. So he's trying to pull a bit of an undercut there. Or is Christos doing an overcut Because I feel like it's a bit early to pit right now, right? Isn't it supposed to be in like 2 minutes, one more lap?
It is, but I guess just because they just keep redlining on the straight, it probably uses a lot more fuel than anticipated. But I'm also seeing in a lot of the LMGT3 classes that the wrench icon has appeared, which means we're going to see a mass entry of the pits. And that's going to throw spanner in the works, so Alan needs to keep his head down. Yeah, we're seeing here Alan Patterson with a 7% virtual energy. Henry Mayer, 9%. Including his teammates, Bauer with a 9% and Sierraman as
so
well.
they definitely can't go for another lap. Yeah, they have to come in now.
They have to send it into the pits now.
Yeah, we also got Rob van Jeever coming into the pits.
Okay, so there's a lot happening. Even in the hypercar class, Moat Musa, 3% virtual energy. Kleinans, 5% virtual energy, and Lee Bouillon, 10% virtual energy. So now I'm worried. Can Moat Musa make it to the pits without a penalty? Because 2% is very little. He might have to start lifting and coasting unless he can just make it. But I don't know. It's very, very tight margins. And we don't really know what's happening in the LMP2
GT3s are funneling in, boys. The GT3s are funneling in. Let's see. This is going to be exciting.
In a mass right here.
Yeah, there's 5 of them. There's 6 of them. There's 7 of them. They're all coming at the same time.
Yeah, the top 7 are pitting now, which probably puts Vietia Buertha in net first, unless he also needs to pit. He also comes in. Will Willie as well also come in.
Look at this line of GT3s.
This is, wow, they are thirsty. Everyone is just prepared for the same amount of time as we see them filling up and maybe changing for tires as Moat Musa manages to make it open. Moat Musa, he wants 0% fuel. I thought he was done for. As we also see Kleinans get into the pits as well.
He barely made it.
And you can see them all stacking up. They are nose to tail. You see hypercars with GT3s, and it's like tight parking in the inner city of a mega metropolis. There is very little space in these pit boxes.
Absolutely. I wish we could see if they changed tires, or if it was just a fuel up. It feels like it could just have been a fuel up, right? Alan Patterson coming out in the lead in the GT3s here.
But Bauer not so far away. Something happened to Henry though. And incredible stuff right here. I think Carl is still going. And he has 13% of fuel. So that's very interesting. I don't actually know if he's able to, like if the overcuts is better than the undercut. Because it kind of just seems like the undercut is a bit strong at the moment as... Ooh, Kleinans jumps Moat Musa in the pits. Moat is staying in the pits. He's still waiting. But it keeps showing 0. So I don't know what's happening there as now Bouillon takes the lead.
Did he maybe get disqualified? Is that possible?
Maybe, because I did briefly see a penalty. But I didn't think much of it because it went away. But no. If that's the case, that really throws it on its head. Because now Bouillon is in the lead and Jacques is second.
He's still in the pits, so it's Niall and Jacques.
He's getting out though. He's being positioned to leave the pits. Something disastrous has happened to Moat Musa, but Moat is staying still. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it looks like there might be a problem there. Chris in the box now. He went nice and long. Let's hope this pays off for him. We're looking at Inko now. He is. That looks like Indianapolis.
Moat Musa has DNF'd. That's his race done.
So he got disqualified maybe?
Maybe just didn't put enough fuel or wasn't able to go out for another lap or something of the sort. Something virtual energy related. But that puts now Bouillon with a very comfortable lead of 25 seconds.
Yeah, I want us to keep an eye on Inko here. He's about to finish his lap. And I want to see if the undercut actually worked here versus Chris. This is going to be very interesting.
He's going out. Yeah, so Henko might not have enough, but we'll see because it is a long pit lane, but I don't think Henko has enough in the tank to get ahead of Chris Stoltz. So maybe Chris Stoltz's strategy came in clutch there quite comfortably as he's on the pit exit. He disengages that pit limiter and Chris Stoltz is put into the lead of the LMP2 class as Henko manages to cross the start-finish straight, but is in second by a substantial gap of about 6 seconds or so.
Yes, I think there's a difference in strategy there. Maybe Henko changed tires and Chris didn't. Because that's a big margin. They were very, very close to each other before Henko pitted, right? So quite a bit of a difference there. Or maybe Henko had a couple of bad outlaps there, and Chris did some really, really good in-laps. And then there was that's how the gap got created, because Chris did have some free air after driving behind Henko for quite a long time. So maybe he made up ground by just putting in some crazy laps when Henko pitted.
Yeah, and honestly, it's paid dividends, because now Chris is comfortably in first, as we also see in the LMGT3 class that Chris is on 0% virtual energy as he heads into the pits. It's gonna hand the lead back to Alan Patterson, who has been fending off the duo of Fleming Bauer and Henry Meyer, but it's now just a one horse effort on their camp, as something happened to Henry Meyer, so that gives a lot of the responsibilities down to Fleming Bauer, and that's an interesting battle to take note of.
Yeah, so we've got Kyle Oosthuizen in the pits here. Alan still in the lead comfortably, trying to manage the traffic.
Now Bullion is seeing the win in his hands. He is not taking no for an answer. This is what he's dreamed of. It's what he's worked towards. Him and his dad, they very much are always practicing and trying to see where they can gain time, and they've been presented a great opportunity for the win, and they really want to win. But it will depend on how fast Kleinhans can get past Jacques. But Jacques is also quite fast, matching the times of the leader. But yeah, will it be enough for them to claw down time with this traffic now, and it will play a very big role in this race?
Yeah, I think without Moath there, I think Niall's probably got this in the bag.
We'll see. Yeah,
I mean, he's got a very comfortable lead.
Yeah,
not much really happening in the hypercars besides Moath getting that DNF. That is really unfortunate, because he set the fastest lap of the race with a 3-minute 27.8. That's faster than anyone else on track at the moment. So very, very well done to him, and unfortunate that he had a DNF there. Shout out to you, Moath. Rest in peace there. We'll see you next week. Yeah. So looking at the hypercars, I think that one's quite wrapped up there now. And then I want to take a look at the Fleming Bauer here. He's chasing down Alan Patterson, and he's definitely going to put some pressure on now. Without Henry there, it looks like he can really open up his wings now and start chasing Alan down. There's a 5/10 gap between them. He's going to get a little bit of strip seam here down the straight. Let's see if he can close that gap nicely and make up that gap.
I did not expect the LMGT3 class to be flipped on its head like this.
Yeah,
wow.
This is crazy.
Alan Patterson was just thrown into the big moment for Fleming Bauer, as he manages to hold on to the squiggly McLaren. But Patterson has found himself in a very bizarre situation where he changes class and is immediately on the front of the grid and is trying to fight for that win, as Fleming Bauer is trying to desperately get close, but that straight line speed is working against him as traffic is starting to play a big role here. Ooh, a bit of a squiggle for Bauer as he heads into that very dangerous corner.
Yeah, it looks like Ian is making up some places here. He's only 4 seconds behind for Vermeulen. So he's going to put the work in now to get past all of this traffic and then start chasing Jacques down. The pace difference is not that much between these two guys, so I expect Ian to put his head down and get the job done here. I think he will definitely be able to catch up to Jacques.
Yeah, I want to just quickly draw attention to the live chat. that has been cheering on their favorite drivers, specifically with Kyle. They're giving him a lot of support.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome, yeah, and that's going to help him with his charge up the field. He has not had the greatest of races, just a lot of things haven't gone his way, unfortunately, but it's awesome to see him here and to see him so enthusiastically competing still, and also just to be on it from the get-go. But yeah, Patterson, just to draw back attention to him, has established almost a 2-second gap away from Bauer.
He's pulling now. He's put his head down. He said, I'm gonna show you guys today. That's brilliant racing by him today. He's done amazing in this change. He was like, stuff those LMP2s. I'm gonna go show these guys how to do it in GT3. And now he's doing it. I love it.
Wow.
I love it. And the BMW looks so good in that sunrise light. I can't wait for him to go across the line. Can you tell I'm biased towards the BMW?
No,
I'm sorry. I'm too big of a BMW fan. I love it when I see BMWs winning. But I'm also very proud for him to come over and just show how strong he is in this class, in the racing today.
Especially since he's shown so much like discomfort in the LMP2, and he really did struggle to find his footing, and now he is really showing it to the veterans of the the LMGT3 class. And
there's a bit of chaos in the LMP2 here. We got Chris Stoltz is now way in the lead.
Yeah,
a lot of people have something happened to Henko. He's been in the pits for a while now. I've cut to him a few times. Rob van der Heuvel is not having the best race, so it's really just Chris and Neil in this race right now. And Chris is running away with it again. There's another yellow flag. Where is that?
Where that is, though. It might be in the GT3 class, but now it's gone. So
there was something there. We saw it. We just drove past it now.
Maybe Blichnote, because Vapour Evening is on him right now. Blichnote's had such a great charge at the start, but now it's just kind of just struggling a little bit. And I don't know if something has major happened to him again. I know something happened at the start, but yeah, it's allowed Vapour Evening to get really close on that Mulsanne straight.
Yeah, we got another yellow flag on track. I'm trying to see where that is as we can look at the action here with Vapour trying to catch Johan Blichnote, who is our category leader.
It's Gabriel. Yellow flag. Gabriel, he has lost his rear wing. He's another victim of this brutal circuit as he was right near the pits though. So we'll see if he manages to fix it up on time. But yeah, it's very much a battle of survival. It's about learning where and when to push. And it's another one that's bitten the dust.
We've got 12 minutes left in this race, and I'm just looking at the story of this race, right? We were looking at Kyle Oosthuizen, thinking this is going to be the new guy on the block that's going to take everyone down. But the real new guy on the block was actually Alan Patterson.
Yeah.
We didn't think, who thought that was going to happen at the start of this race with Fleming Bauer in second place and Henry Meyer in third. The GT3s have given us a beautiful race today. Really, really impressed with these guys. I mean, they've given us an amazing showing, and I'm excited to see how the last 12 minutes of this race play out for the GT3s.
Yeah, truly, and I also just want to look at the Hypercars again, because now Bullion just comfortable with his position and his car, man. You can see just so much effort and preparation was put into this race to make sure that they can secure the top step. And he is substantially faster than everyone else. He's about a tenth or so faster than Jacques, but more importantly, 4 or so tenths faster than Kleinans. Kleinans is not having the greatest race. It's a second race in a row where he's just been struggling with the car.
We got a comment from Johan Pretorius in chat there. He says Jan had a glitch in the game, caused his FFB to drop away and lost control of the car. Oh, he says Johan. Who's that?
Oh, no, it's not Blichnote. Sorry.
Yeah, is he saying Jan or Johan?
Oh, no, it's Blichnote. It is Blichnote. Yeah, it's Blichnote. Sorry.
Okay.
So, the game tends to do that. It's why we also... Yeah, we have a button, usually in the team, we have a button on standby called Force Feedback Reset. it's literally for moments like these. But sometimes the game doesn't respond to that. And yeah, it's just really a big shame for Blicknote because he was in a very good spot for the lead of the race. But yeah, it's just very unexpected scenes here at Circuit de la Sarthe. But
I see Gabriel has fixed his damage and he's on the way out of the pits. We've got Neil Greening, who's also pitted now and is out of the pits.
It was a brief yellow flag moment, so I don't know what had happened there. Trying to look all over the grid, but I can't see anyone who has just come off of a spin or an incident.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Ian here. He's now in third place and he's now brought that gap down to 2.4 seconds. So he's gained about 2 seconds over the last 5 or 7 minutes, catching up to Jacques. So I think this fight is going to be on by the end of the race here. Ian putting in some decent laps as we see him go through the third sector here.
Oi, oi, oi. So I was also taking a look at the hypercar class since things have gotten a bit quiet. But the virtual energy, it's on 20% for now, Bullion, and 23% for Jacques. I am very curious in these final 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Can they make it to the end? They probably can, but it is quite low, especially considering Kleinans put 42% of fuel. So, man, these are interesting scenes at the moment.
Exactly. Now it's all about who's got fuel, who's got tires, and who's got nerves of steel. I think this race has been exciting. We've got 9 minutes left. We are into the final stretch. Mistakes here will echo forever. These guys, they have to put their heads down and show us what they're made of now. I think really just making it to the end, surviving out these last 9 minutes. You know, it's going to be about 3 laps. They just have to keep their cool and make sure that they've got the tires and the energy to make it to the end.
Yeah, truly. And now I've just noticed on the list, Henry Mayer has DNF'd, another name to the bloodshedding of the DNF category. So it's Henry Mayer, JD Galdenes, Marth Musa, Ari Fenter, Jude Neville, and Richard van der Heerde. And that is, wow, that's a big list of DNFs. We haven't seen that. Jacques into the pits, though, and so has now Bullion. Can we see a massive upset of Johan Kleinans out of nowhere, winning the race? He is back into, well, not back into the lead, but he's now into the lead after starting last in his category. Who would have expected that? Whoa, with
Did they run out of energy?
They're running out of energy because Christoph Peterson is also getting into the pits. So Kleinans has pulled a blinder. Niall was in the lead for a large chunk of the race, and it's slipping through his fingers. Wow!
Yeah, so he was fuel saving. He was fuel saving, boys.
Incredible.
That's why he was so slow. So let's hope he can actually make it to the end of the race now. What?
Wow.
That would be an epic victory if he gets this right. But let's see, we have to keep an eye. Can you see how much energy he actually has? Would you be able to have a look at that quickly?
Yes. So Carl has 30, not Carl, sorry. Johan Kleinans has 33%. That might actually not be enough if we're already seeing people with 20% pits into the pits. So, oof. Maybe Kleinans needs to just suck up the fact that he can't go as fast because now he has to start fuel saving. He has to start lifting and coasting. That's going to be excruciating for Kleinans. But if he wants any chance to win the race, he needs to make sure he can make it to the end.
Yeah, it's like survival of the fittest around this track. I'm so sorry, boys. I'm so sorry for these conditions. I thought this was gonna be fun, but apparently 6 people are swearing at me right now. Henry, JD, Muat, Ari, I'm so sorry, guys.
Oh no!
It was entertaining though. What?
It's incredibly entertaining, and we are starting to see everything just start coming back into play as we see Alan Patterson having to watch his mirrors again because Fleming Bauer is closing in yet again. We're also seeing Vietia Bertha, who was also under the pressure of Ulrich de Jager. And there's not really too much else happening, but I think very much the strategy is, yes, Kleinans has to come in this lap because he has 27% of virtual energy and he has the wrench icon. So I don't think he'll be able to make it another lap. So this is incredible. This is the first time we've had to see double pits in a single race.
Yeah, is the track a bit long?
It's very long. And they're reaching top speeds all the time. So, wow, that's incredible stuff there.
Yeah, 38 corners. Yo, it's a lot of it's a lot of fuel used. Wow. These guys really had to pit twice during the race. That's how long this track is.
Yo, but now I'm interested because everyone who's overcut has less fuel to put in for their next stop. As we see Kleinans not opting for the pit stop, but is instead going an extra lap, and that means when he has to come in, he just has to probably put about a lap or two of fuel in the tank. As we see him cross the start finish. So wow.
So the pits, so he's got 51 seconds to bully on, right? So does that mean he'll be able to make a pit stop and make it out ahead of him? I haven't actually been keeping an eye on that gap, so I don't know if he'll actually make it out if he needs to pit. And Niall might then take the lead, so we need to keep an eye on that and see how things go there. I mean, yo. This is hyperclass. I mean, multi-class racing at its best. I think, the strategy of fuel. Nobody expected to pit twice here. I don't think anyone thought of that.
Yeah, it's quite intense.
Imagine if someone actually had, done a fuel managing strat. They'd have to thread the needle, but and every little touch of the throttle would have to matter. But then they would have won.
Yeah.
So maybe Ian is still gonna do that. You think it's possible here for him?
Oof. It's at 20% at the moment. I'm pretty sure if everyone else had to come in earlier, he will probably have to come in earlier. I don't see him finishing the end of the race. But Jacques managed to claw some time back to Niall, but I just don't think he has the pace at the moment to close it down to Niall and maybe fight for the win. But Kleinans, I think, is the one we need to be looking at, because if he can make the strat work with having to pit for less fuel, it'll be a very big upset, especially since Niall has just been on it from the start. But yeah, that's been incredible. And I wonder if the LMDh are in a similar predicament. I don't necessarily think so. But Alan Patterson. We need to see this. But Alan Patterson trying to come into the pits has gone through the gravel trap, and that's allowed Bauer to close down to an 8/10 gap as they both come into the pits to pit for fuel, a splash and dash for about 2 laps or so. Van Wyk probably also having to come in. Siereman might. I don't know if Siereman might make it for another lap.
It's the train. It's the GT3 train. Yeah. It's happening again. They all coming into the pits.
Top 5. Woohoo! Top 4, top 5 now into the pits as we see P3, P4, and P5 going into the respective boxes to fill up on fuel. But I think Bauer had a slower stop because that's an astronomical distance between him and Alan. As Alan comes out of the pits and into fresh, clean air. But I think Bauer might have pitted for too much fuel as we see Alan as well trying to make his way through Alan Patterson. Wow, insane stuff.
Yeah, Le Mans isn't just a track. It's a test of man, machine, and patience here. And Alan Patterson is showing all 3 of those strengths tonight. I think he's done a brilliant job here with his 5-second lead over Fleming Bauer now. The strategy has paid off. The man is showing, I am here, boys. I am here. Well done. 6-second gap now to Fleming Bauer. With Vietia Bertha in 3rd place, David van Wyk in 4th, Kyle Oosthuizen in 5th as they come over the crest there. Beautiful Le Mans. Jody Siedeman in 6th, and Johan Blugnout in 7th. They've kept those positions with Johan Blugnout still setting the fastest time in the GT3s with a 4:02.6. Very, very good.
Oh, wait, what's happening? Where's this happening?
Oh no! The Jody and Johan took each other out.
They've had a big off into the gravel. Oh, and that's Blugnout's race done. He has no rear wing. His day just went from bad to worse. And I was just going to comment, but this has definitely taken all of the focus away from the fact that Kleinans is on the final lap and has not pitted. So he might just make it. And according to the chat here with Viviers, he says that 11% virtual energy is about a lap. So we're seeing here Kleinans with 8%. Can he make it? It is going to be a huge task. But man, there's just so much drama on these final laps here. And it's such a shame.
Yeah, that was crazy that I caught that on stream. I'll have to go watch that again afterwards.
Shame. Oh, but I think now Alan has ran wide into the gravel trap. He is struggling with these tires. But Bauer, he has enough of a gap away from Bauer to be able to just bring it home. What an unlikely candidate for the win. Right here, we're seeing with Alan Patterson. He just needs to make sure that he keeps it on the black stuff. But wow, Kyle as well with a good recovery drive considering everything that has happened. But wow, just there's so many misjudgments of virtual energy and just misjudgments of how the car works. Wow, can Kleinans make it? He's got 5%. I don't know if he can. This is a tall order for Kleinans.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this carefully. If he does this, he will be
insane.
He will be a hero. He will make history, the drama, the stories. People will talk about this for a long time. Because everyone else had to pit, right? And he was the guy who managed to fuel. What?
Imagine. Now Bullion's potential win is being stolen. But you can see he is definitely fuel saving because the gap to now Bullion was 33 seconds at the start of the lap, but now it's 20 seconds. And you can see like a GT3 is faster in a straight line than Kleinans. So yeah, Kleinans, he knows how much of a dire situation he's in. 15 seconds now, Bullion is away. Can now Bullion snatch back that lead? Kleinans with 3%. He is definitely fuel saving like crazy and he's making it work.
Yeah, but he's going up Indianapolis now. Let's see if he can make it here.
2% as Kleinans.
I'm holding my breath for him. 13 seconds to go, boys.
Wow.
Every corner counts now.
Final lap. There's so much to play for. Kleinans with an incredible drive and such a gamble. Will he be able to make it? 1%. 11 seconds away is now Bullion. He is chasing him down. He is trying so hard with bloodshot eyes to get into the lead. But I cannot believe I'm saying this, but Kleinans might be able to make it in first place, yeah, let alone for the lead. Wow, this is incredible. I cannot believe my eyes. We're 7 seconds away, 0% fuel. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but Kleinans has won the race in an incredible fashion from last to first. Wow! I am flabbergasted at this incredible fleet. Well done, Kleinans. Just stole the win from now Bullion, who was 5.6 seconds away. Oh. But something's happened to Alan Patterson. So now the lead is to Fleming Bauer. And yeah, so now Alan Patterson is P4. Kyle with an incredible charge has managed to get P3, but is not out of the woods yet, with David van Veek trying to fight for P2. I am running out of breath. This is incredible.
What's happening with Chris here? Why did he cut the chicane? Is he fuel saving? He's fuel saving, boys. He's leading by catching.
Whoa! Whoa! I was screaming and the mic was off, but this is incredible! Both down to negative drivers trying to gamble for Chris! Not so lucky!
Drove past him.
Oh
Fleming
no!
just drove past him.
Chris, it's over! It's over for Chris! Well, we'll see, because it's a 3-minute gap. Does he have, the bigger question is, does he have enough fuel to make it to the end as he locks up the rears going around that corner? Gabriel Dos Santos makes it past him. I am running out of breath.
Okay, we're watching Fleming Vapour here. He's going through the final sector. This is an epic race. Yo, Le Mans has delivered tonight. Let's watch Fleming Vapour now. He looks like he's going to take the GT3 class with David van Beek and Kyle Oosthuizen and Alan Patterson right behind him.
Yeah, 3-way battle for P2. The win is off the cards unless Fleming does something very silly. But yeah, so we're going to see this battle, this 3-way battle for P2 is going to be something to watch. And yeah, I cannot believe that this race came down to fuel. And there's a yellow flag on track, but we just don't know where and what's happening as all of the hypercars have already made it across the finish line. But yeah, there's a big yellow flag somewhere, but I think it's just been cleared.
Neil is in the pits, and we've
Chris Stoltz.
Yeah, Chris Stoltz is cruising.
Chris Stoltz he's taking a Sunday drive.
Yeah.
But I think, no, I cannot believe I'm saying this, but Chris Stoltz is somehow still going to win because Niall Greening, the closest man to him in the LMP2 class, is in the pits. So I don't know if he finished the race already or, yeah, he's finished the race. So Chris Stoltz needs to literally just make it to the end.
Yeah,
that's all he needs to do.
Yeah, I'll watch that. Let's see. We've got Fleming Vapour now coming across the line and victory at Le Mans.
Well done.
Oh, Fleming Vapour. A masterclass in speed and strategy. Well done, Mr. Fleming Vapour. Let's watch the others come across the line here now. We got David van Beek, Kyle Oosthuizen, and Alan Patterson.
It's
all
close.
in tow, going through the last sector. Are they going to make a move? Are they going to take a chance here? Let's see.
It's too tight. Surely it's too tight.
Can David hold the position? I love this pink and white livery.
Kyle! He's going to have a great drive.
It's a dice. It's a dice. And David comes in second. So we got Fleming Vapour in first place, David van Beek in second, and Alan Patterson through the last corner takes third place and gets a podium. What a legend. That is my MVP of the night. Congratulations to our Hypercar LMP2 and LMGT3 winners. Jan Kleinans, Chris Stoltz, and Fleming Vapour.
How did Chris make it to the end? Wow. That last lap. Wow. That was, wow, incredible stuff.
Le Mans always delivers, eh? Le Mans always delivers.
Yes, understatement of the century. Because what
was
that?
It's not about being the fastest. It's about surviving the challenge of Le Mans, bruh. Congratulations to all these guys. What a performance tonight. They had patience, they had precision, and they had bravery. It was an amazing race tonight. What an epic time we had here.
Wow.
What? I'm speechless.
Let me compose myself because
Chris won, bro. Chris made it.
Chris made it on an unfavorable strategy.
I can't. That was epic, boys. That was an epic race tonight. I'm so stoked for that. I don't know what to say. That was some of the best racing. Did he not make it?
No, he said that Patterson did not have enough fuel, and that's what cost him the lead.
Oh man, that sucks. Oh, that's really unfortunate. But still a podium place though. That was brilliant work. I think everyone tonight gave us an amazing race. some thoughts now that it's done. What did you think?
Just give me a second. Woo! I just thought that was intense because and it makes sense as to why everything calmed down in like the 10-minute mark or so, because everyone was just biting their nails and trying to see if they could make it to the end. And then you see towards the end, all of the differing strategies come into play. Those who pitted getting close to those who didn't pit. And it was just, it was, wow. And like my heart rate right now is just through the roof.
Yeah, and also I thought track limits would really play a role tonight,
Oh,
but I don't know
yeah.
if it did. Maybe some of the
Not
guys
really,
got DNFs because of that. I don't know. We didn't see any big penalties for that, right? So I don't think that played a factor in the race tonight. I'm so stoked for that one. Are we gonna get the winners in for interviews?
Yes, we are. We're gonna start with our LMGT3 winner, Fleming Bauer. Let's drag him in.
Cool, man.
Welcome, Fleming Bauer. Congratulations on a really, really well-deserved win. The strategy came in beautifully. The driving was really fierce and intense. Walk us through what your mindset was for this race.
Oh, Andre, thank you. Yeah, did not expect this. I mean, me and Henry started driving this 2 days ago, and we decided, well, we signed up for the championship. We didn't have the other tracks, and when we saw it's Le Mans, it's something we know from iRacing a bit. And yeah, it was fun. The strategy, we don't have an idea how this thing works yet. And so I just told him, listen, he crashed out. Give me enough just to finish. Are the Hypercars going to make it across? Must I take 2 laps? And yeah, luckily we went for the 40% instead of the single lap percentage there.
Very well done.
very
well
good
done.
call,
There,
yeah.
man. That was a brilliant drive there. How was it? How was it out on the track? What was the most challenging part of the race for you in the car?
To be honest, we didn't know if we should take tires. We're not sure if it makes the time longer or less. And I could feel after the first pit stop, after a while, I locked up a few, or literally just slid around a bit. I could feel the flat spots coming in. So at the end there, it was a bit dodgy. Car didn't want to brake. But yeah, it was pretty fun. The hairpins, I think, got the best of me most of the times.
Yeah, so I mean, coming from ACC, we don't really do a lot of multi-class racing, right? So how was it with all the hypercars and the LMP2s driving through the traffic? How did you balance holding your line while staying out of trouble with those guys?
To be dead honest, in the corner wise, the guys that did come up behind us never tried to make a dirty move, to be honest. So if anyone else
Nice,
got an issue, but I have to say, I never had a stress. The guys all came, as soon as we got into the straight, they came past without any issues. So that was really clean. I enjoyed it a lot. I didn't see any issues there at all with any of the Hypers or LMPs.
Yeah, we've had the same experience in the CD so far, and very impressed with the guys. Just want to say sorry for our voices being hoarse because we were shouting and very excited because you guys gave us an awesome race. So I just want to say very well done again to you on your win. That was amazing racing. Congratulations for your win at Le Mans, man.
I appreciate it, and sorry to Alan. He had the pace. Unfortunately, I think the strategy just didn't work out. So. Yeah, it's unlucky. I can't say I won on pace alone, but yeah, the guys that spun out, unfortunately, yeah, I think it was a great race. I think it would have been closer if everything just went smoother for everyone a little bit.
Yeah, congrats, man.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Enjoy the
Just
evening, and thanks for the race. I enjoyed it a lot. Next season, we'll be sure to join in, maybe get into the hypers and see if we can take it up to the guys at the front there.
Liquor, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
wonderful to hear.
That'll be
Thank you.
awesome. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Cheers. Oh,
Hey.
Nice, man.
Wow. Calm and collected and just really cheerful about the win. We
Yeah.
love to see that.
Exactly.
So let's see if Chris is keen on joining here for the interview, as we're going to drag him in now. Welcome, Chris, and congratulations on the win. It was quite the spectacle to see you have to crawl to the finish, I'm assuming for fuel reasons. But yeah, just walk us through that from start to finish, from the messy starts that happened at T1 and just to being able to basically win on fumes.
Yeah, thanks, Andre. Happy to be here. It was a bit touch and go at the end there. Yeah, a bit of a bad start. I think just made a mistake with the brake bias. Didn't put it forward enough, and yeah, when you go careful, then they tend to lock the rears because you're not, putting all the weight on the front. So just a little bit too much rearward brake bias, lost the rear. Fortunately, didn't get any damage. Yeah, then it was recovery. I thought I had the pace to be able to come back, hopefully, and yeah, managed to quickly catch the guys. But yeah, then immediately I had to go into fuel saving mode. So as soon as I caught up to Henku, I just used him for the slipstream and used like 60% throttle in the straights and just stay close and try and recuperate the fuel that I lost with the catching up. And then yeah, I mean then I was kind of comfortable. I had a big lead. I thought about coming in on that last lap, and I was assured by my teammate Grant, who told me, no, the time is done, you're fine. It was not fine, and I needed to do another lap. So I started that last lap with 6 liters of fuel, and I used 12 liters a lap. So that was not very nice. So I went straight into safety car map and just coasted home, and luckily made it with a couple of fumes left in the tank. So yeah.
Yeah, dude, and I'm sure the slipstreaming they helped you a lot, right? That
Yeah, the first stint was crazy because I didn't think with the whole like first 2 laps of pushing that I would be able to extend the lap on Henku, but obviously Henku was pushing it when I caught up to him, and I was just able to like save so much fuel sitting behind him in the slipstream that I could go an extra lap, and that's why I thought I'd be fine with fuel, but yeah, apparently not.
Yeah, dude, the chaos. I mean,
It was chaos. Yeah.
yeah, dude, winning at Le Mans in an LMP2 because you got stuff in the front, you got stuff at the back. It's all about consistency. So how did you keep your focus through all that chaos?
Yeah, I mean, it was actually a bit of a weird spot. Like, I think, yeah, usually with the LMP2s, you've got this mix between you've got slow cars that you're catching up to and faster cars coming from behind. But because the track is so long and we're only like about 10 seconds slower than the hypercars, 15 seconds maybe. Then I didn't actually see any hypercars, except for the start. So it was actually a little bit more chill than usual. Just a couple of GT3s, and obviously such long straights. Didn't take any risks. Just overtook them on the straights, and yeah, it was really really relaxing. I found myself in a kind of a boring race after the first pits because then I was really alone. There wasn't really traffic, anything. I felt like I was on one side of the track and everyone else on my track map was on the other side. So it was a pretty boring race after the pit stop. But yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna call you Mr. Consistency from now on. Any final words for your team, your fans, or the league after
Oh
this
no, thanks guys. It was really fun, and yeah, it's great to be here. So I hope more people come and join the league and come support you guys. And yeah, just want to say thanks to Grant, who told me that I don't need to do another lap. So thanks, Grant. I'm gonna give that shout out to you and dedicate this one to you because you made me feel safe for that one. So
Sweet, congratulations, man.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Done.
Wow, yo, that was nail-biting stuff for him. I have to say, I cannot imagine how he felt in that moment.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk to the Hypercars winner, please.
This one needs talking to. Let's get him here. Johan Kleinhans, what an incredible win, and so out of nowhere.
Mania, well,
I had it all along. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, freaking done, dude. That was impressive. What? That was amazing, dude. That was an amazing win. Tell us about your strategy play with that result. Was it just your fuel saving, and was it just your timings of the pits? What really helped you get the win today?
No, look. To be honest with you, I thought it was only going to be, I think, 13 laps. or 12. I don't even know how many we did, but it was one too many. So, look, from the start, I wanted to extend the first stint, which I was the only one. I think I know there was someone behind me as well, I think. But, I extended and I thought, okay, I can push to the end now. And then I saw, okay, but no, it looks like we might have to do another lap.
Yeah.
So I went into like super save mode. Luckily, I was able. You're able to carry still a bit of speed. Less braking. So it's just about managing sort of how you're braking into corners and carrying speed. But with that, it's challenging in itself. So it was. Look, I was all chill and happy. I honestly didn't think I would be able to grab the win. But then next thing I knew, I had a 45-second lead and nothing to lose. So here I am.
Yeah, it's just basically we have nothing else to try, so let's just do this. And I really love that attitude, and clearly it paid dividends. It was wow, it was incredible because we were expecting it. I remember on the final lap, on the second to last lap, I'm like, no, surely he has to come in now. He has to come in. Then I see you cross the line with the white flag, and I'm like, is he gonna make it? And then I saw the gap come down, and I was just genuinely flabbergasted to go from last place, having a very difficult qualifying, to first in such spectacular circumstances. I don't know, that deserves a very big congratulations.
That was top class, dude. Ian, what was the key moment here that made the difference for you tonight?
The key moment, I don't know. Look, I think extending the first stint is what enabled it. Going that extra lap. I had a difficult start of the spin as well. I did sort of a similar thing as to what Chris did, but definitely like getting the first stint a bit longer. Without that it would have been impossible. And then towards the end, I kept saving just in case because I really thought it was going to be one lap less. But I played it safe, and I crossed the line on the last lap of like 10.4% or something. And normally you need 15, so it was stressful. It was really stressful.
I can only imagine. Jeez, man. And in other parts of the race, we saw you battling traffic there, even through the Porsche curves. How tough was it with the speed difference to the GT3s and the
No, look, it's insane. It really is insane in comparison to the GT3s. The LMPs are surprisingly quick. They're not that much slower, so they weren't an issue. If I wasn't managing, I guess it would have been frustrating. But I just took it as, I need to save fuel anyway, so let's just not take any risks. Killing myself will kill the race, definitely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome, very well done.
No, yeah, congratulations, man. Wow.
That was epic. Like really, that was epic. Very, very well done. That was I can't say enough how much I'm smiling after that. You can hear our voices are gone. We were so excited. Like really.
I'll have to watch the replay.
You must watch it. That was insane. Very, very well done, and congratulations at winning
success
at Le Mans, dude. Oh, yeah. Epic victory for you. Well done, man.
Yeah, congratulations, man.
Cool. Are we gonna do some more interviews, or are we?
No, we've done all of the winners. So yeah, wow.
Yeah, dude, that was. I don't know what to say. That is it was an incredible race. We saw speed, we saw skill, we saw strategy, and these guys were making every moment count. Man, the battles kept us on the edge there, and every driver we could see they gave it everything,
Yeah.
I think it kind of reminded us of why Le Mans is the crown jewel of endurance racing. So yeah, congratulations to all our class winners. Your precision, your patience, and your bravery defined the day. And a big shout out to all the teams and the drivers who made this race a spectacle, So yeah, those pit stops, the overtakes, yeah, it was just endurance racing at its finest. Any closing thoughts
Truly.
from yourself before I talk about our next race?
No, I think you just summed it up incredibly well. I think it was just an incredible race, and man, it's just Le Mans is magical. It will always be magical, and that's a great example of it. That man, it really did throw a spanner in the works, strategy-wise, and yeah, I just really glad for everyone that participated, showed up, and really gave it their all, and all of the teams that really helped their drivers get to where they needed to be. Yeah, it's again, everyone here makes these things possible. So thank you very much.
Yeah, yeah. And the action doesn't stop here. Next, we're heading to Imola. It's one of the most technical and challenging circuits in the calendar here. I mean, it's a kind of a small track, so expect high-speed corners, elevation changes, and precision braking zones that will test even the best driver in LMU. The battles we saw here at Le Mans are just the beginning. Next time at Imola, it's going to be even tighter, faster, and more intense. Make sure to tune in. You won't want to miss it, boys. Thank you very much to everyone who was watching. We love you all. Thank you for the support. If you haven't done so yet, please do leave a like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Thank you, Andre. Cheers, man.
Thank you.
Cheers, everyone.